I've been investing in cryptocurrency since 2014, and through that time I have learned a hell of a lot about cryptocurrency investing. I'm here to share 5 of my biggest mistakes with you so that you can hopefully avoid these ones. Okay, so the very first mistake that people make is that they don't understand. They just don't understand anything about this. They don't put any time into their research, they don't understand anything about cryptocurrency, and they just load a lump of money into it hoping that it all works out. Big mistake. Okay, first thing you need to understand is the absolute basics, which is, what is a cryptocurrency? You need to understand the basics of blockchain. You need to understand what a decentralized network is. You need to understand what a protocol is. You need to have a basic understanding of what the technology is. And then you also need to be able to use that to be able to figure out, will these cryptocurrencies actually make a difference in real life? Every cryptocurrency has a purpose. Bitcoin wants to be a currency. Ethereum wants to be a platform. What does that mean? You need to understand all this before you ever get into it, because if you don't understand it, you will be taken advantage of, you will choose the wrong coins, and you will lose money. That's as simple as. Okay, the next huge mistake that people make when they're investing in cryptocurrency is that they get greedy. They also get a bit stupid. So cryptocurrency is extremely volatile, like extremely volatile, and you could lose everything. Like anything you put into cryptocurrency, it is not an index fund, which is just a normal stock that kind of rises gradually with the market. No, this is like the Wild West. It's not regulated. It is all over the place. You can lose like 100% of your investment in a day. If you're putting money into cryptocurrency, you have to be able to part ways with that money. If you can only do that with $10 comfortably, you should only invest $10. Do not put your life saving into cryptocurrency hoping that you get a 10x or 100x or whatever, because one piece of news, one bit of bad news means that that cryptocurrency tanks in literally less than 20 minutes. People have lost hundreds of thousands doing this in 2017, where the hype trains were huge and they were just putting all their savings in and everything in, and they just lost so much. It was just like an absolute carnage shit show, and people lost a lot of money. And again, if you're putting your whole life savings into it, assuming that everything will be all right, that's just dumb in cryptocurrency. If you put in $10 and you're comfortable losing that $10, that's great. Same for $100, same for $1,000. Assume you're gonna lose it and everything else is a bonus. Okay, so another mistake that people fall for, it's actually sad, because essentially if you look up YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Discord, all these places, Reddit, whatever you want to look up, you will see hype trains everywhere. You will see people shilling a coin, and shilling is just hyping essentially. And so a lot of cowboys, I would call them, are essentially just, investing in a coin. They have a big following, or they'll put it into a group with a big following, and they'll say, oh my god, this coin now is going to go to the moon. It's because of this, and yeah, it's all going to go to the moon. So everyone invests into this coin. Cowboy gets his money tripled, quadrupled, 10x, 100x, whatever, and then he takes out at the top and he's done a great job. And you have to be so careful about not getting in on hype trains. A huge example of this is Dogecoin, where this went up like 700% in a couple of days, which is amazing, but that was a hype train. And while people did really well from that, the way the stock market works is that while a lot of people win, also a lot of people lose. That money isn't created in the stock market. It's created because people buy in and then people sell. And so someone has to be the ones who sell and someone has to be the ones who buy. So hype trains are extremely dangerous. You always do your own research when you're investing into a coin. Again, we're talking about those real life use cases. Is the team strong? Is the technology strong? Is the use case strong? That's the biggest thing of all. Like, do you believe that people will actually use this in the real world or not? And if not, don't get in on that hype train. Also, don't get in at the hype train when it's already 10x'd in a couple of hours. That is a pump and dump. So pump and dump is just where loads of people go up, loads of people put money into it, the stock price goes way up, and then all those same people take out and they bring it right back down to the baseline, and there's a lot of people who lose money in that. So just don't get involved in hype trains. There's a lot better ways of investing that I'll go into now in cryptocurrency that are safer long term and just avoids a lot of heartbreak and heartache and tears and everything like that. So definitely avoid hype trains and shillers. Okay, another huge mistake that people make is that they don't have a long-term strategy for crypto, and this kind of relates to all the points that I've mentioned already, but long-term strategy is just knowing that you're picking coins that you actually believe in, you like the team, there's a strong community around it, a community that's not full of shillers and, people trying to make a quick buck, and having that long-term strategy where you're dollar cost averaging your investments. Dollar cost averaging is just basically where every month you put in a consistent amount of money, so whether that's $10, $100, into coins that you genuinely think are going to be something. So whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever you want, You put in that same amount of money every month. Sometimes it's more expensive, sometimes it's less expensive, and just every month at a certain time or every week or whatever way you want to do it, you put in that money. And you don't get emotional, you don't get, you know, swept up in, you know, pump and dump, so we just talked about. You don't get hyped by shillers, you don't get anything. You just have your strategy, you believe in this coin and you want it to do well, and that is the way that people actually succeed in crypto. And people who don't have this plan and don't do this are generally the ones who lose everything. Long-term strategy is vitally important in this, especially in this market when it's so volatile and unregulated, and again, wild west basically. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about in terms of mistake is not having an exit plan. And this is so important. This is where I actually messed up in 2017. So again, I got greedy, I got on the hype train, and I would never ever do it again. And I'm so glad I learned that lesson. It was an expensive lesson, but I'm so glad I learned it. And yeah, so exit strategies are just, what do you want from this cryptocurrency? You just need to work all that out and have a clear goal at the onset of your journey into crypto. For me, it's always been, I want to triple my money. I take out my initial investment, then I let the rest of the 2/3 kind of keep growing. At 10x, I'll reevaluate. At 50x, I reevaluate. And most of the time, I'm just constantly taking profits. And with those profits that I take, I might reinvest them at a point where there's another dip. So there will always be another dip. And, you know, things keep going up and going down. Generally, crypto works in cycles anyway, where we see a lot of hype and growth and things like that for about half a year, and then it'll go silent and go back into a bear market for 3-4 years. That's kind of the standard. And we're expecting that, we're used to it, and that's what happened in 2017 as well. So it'll happen again now, but we just need to be prepared for it and know what we're going to do. So those are the 5 biggest mistakes that people make in cryptocurrency investing. I hope that these will help you in the future to, 1, not lose as much money, but also 2, make as much money as you possibly can in cryptocurrency. It's a really fun space, as long as you're not making these mistakes, because they're the things that cause tears and heartbreak and things like that. So I hope that helped. If you've any questions, leave them down in the comment box and I'll get back to you. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to be making a video like this every week, talking more about cryptocurrency for absolute beginners, and I am hoping they're going to help. There's a video all about just the basics of cryptocurrency and what it is in the info card above. Check that one out next if you want. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.